Next higher in the scale come the infusora, which are distinguished by having tiny vibrating filaments or thread-like appendages, which they employ for purposes of motion and grasping their food. These filaments are permanent and are the beginning of the manifestation of permanent limbs in the animal world. These elementary creatures have also evolved rudimentary mouth openings, and also a short gullet, which is a rudimentary throat, windpipe, and food passage. Then comes the sponges, slimy creatures employing a spongy, soft skeleton, the latter being what we commonly call sponges. This creature also employs whip-like filaments with which to gather its food. Then comes the plops, which fasten themselves to floating objects, mouth downward, with tentacles serving to seize their food. The jellyfishes, which belong to this family, also have rudimentary muscles, the contraction of which enables the creature to swim. They also possess a rudimentary nervous system and rudimentary eyes and ears. Next in the ascending scale come the starfish, sea urchin, and their kind, some of which possess a well-defined nervous system, a true stomach, and eyes. Then come the annulusa, or jointed creatures, comprising the various families of worms, crabs, spiders, ants, etc. This great family of creatures comprises nearly 4/5 of the known life forms of the animal kingdom. Their bodies are well formed and they have quite well developed nervous systems, eyes, and other sense organs. In some of the higher forms, a circulatory system distributing a fluid akin to blood, which distributes the blood and oxygen to all parts of the body of the creature. Highest in the scale of this family are the insects, with their many varieties, the characteristics of which need not be described here, all being familiar with them. The wonders of spider life, of ant life, of bee life have been depicted by great naturalists, and the student will need no additional assurance of the presence of intelligence within the being of these tiny creatures and their relation in the insect world. Darwin once said that the brain of the ant, although not much larger than a pinpoint, is one of the most marvelous atoms of matter in the world, perhaps more so than the brain of man. Then comes the mollusca, which group includes the oyster, clam, snail, etc. Some of the higher forms of this family show signs of a rudimentary vertebra and may be considered as possibly the connecting link between the invertebrates and the vertebrates. Next in the ascending scale comes the vertebrates, I guess it is, so called by reason of the presence in them of a vertebra or spinal column or backbone, and an internal skeleton as contrasted with the external skeleton of the lower forms of life. At the lowest end of the scale of the vertebrates are found the great family of fishes, with high and low species. Then come the reptiles, with its species of snakes, lizards, turtles, crocodiles, etc. There are many connecting links between the family of fishes and that of the reptiles, and also many between the family of reptiles and the family of birds, which is next highest in the scale. Among the birds, particularly in the crow family, we find examples of a high degree of intelligence. Next above the birds comes the mammals, which is connected with the family of birds by several strange connecting links. For instance, the Australian duckbill, which strange creature lays eggs, and then, when her eggs are hatched, nourishes them with milk from her breast. In the great family of mammals are the following subfamilies of animals. The monotremes are half-bird, half-mammal creatures. The marsupials are milk-giving pouched animals which carry their imperfectly developed young in an extended pouch until maturity, such as the opossum and the kangaroo. The placentals are creatures having the placenta or appendage through which the young is nourished in the womb before birth. That is the royal line through which the higher forms of the mammals proceeded. Among the placentals are found the following subfamilies. The edentata are toothless creatures, such as the sloths, anteaters, armadillos, etc. The saurina are sea cows, manatees, dugongans. The cetacean are whales, dolphins, porpoises, which resemble fishes but which are true mammals, bringing forth matured young which are nourished at the breast. The ungulata are hoofed animals such as the horse, the cow, the rhinoceros, the hippopotamus, the pig, the camel, the deer, the sheep, etc. The hyracoidea are a family of the coney, rock, rabbit, etc. Rock, coney, rock. I don't understand rock. The proboscidea are trunked animals, such as the elephants. The carnivora are flesh eaters, including the seal, the bear, the dog, the wolf, the lion, the tiger, the leopard. The wolf and similar animals belong to the subfamily of dogs, while the lion, tiger, and similar animals belong to the subfamily of cats. The rodentia are gnawers, including the rat, the hare, the beaver, the squirrel, the mouse. The insectivora, the insect feeders such as the mole, the shrew, the hedgehog, etc. The Cheropodra are wing-fingered animals, including the great family of bats. The Lemurioidea are lemur family, the individuals of which resemble a monkey in general appearance, but have an addition of a long bushy tail and a sharp muzzle like a fox. They are like a small fox, having hands and feet like a monkey. The primates are a family of creatures like the monkey, baboon, man-apes, gibbons, gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutan, and finally, the connecting links between the apish forms and man. In this ascending scale of animal life, the student will perceive countless varieties and species, subspecies, and variations among species. In each there will be perceived some slight difference in the degree and quality of the intelligence manifested by the creature. Even among the individuals of the same species there is found a great variation in such manifestation. But throughout it all there is perceived to be a certain general plane of consciousness which may be called the animal plane, as distinguished from the mineral plane on the one hand and the human plane on the other. And now we'll begin the next series, reading the plane of the human.